So Indonesia is a massive country, right? I mean, nearly 300 million people live there, but more than half of those people live just on the island of Java. That means that despite being about as big as Greece or Arkansas, Java is the most populous island on the planet. And it's also an extremely linguistically diverse place, so let's get into it. The three most widespread first languages on the island of Java are Javanese, Sundanese, and Madurese, and I'll tell you something about all of them. To start us off, Javanese, or Bahasa Jawa, is the first language of nearly 70 million people, and it also has the most native speakers of any of the Austronesian languages. That's a language family that includes, for example, Tagalog, Malay, Hawaiian, as well as all of the other languages I mentioned before. But that's not the only thing that makes Javanese special. Javanese uses a lot of little bits of meaning or affixes that you can attach onto words to expand upon what they mean in some way. Now, that's hardly out of the ordinary, especially in Austronesian languages, but in Javanese there's a particularly fascinating amount of nuance to it. For example, with just one little piece of meaning, you can turn the word for cooked rice into, to be at that age as a kid where you eat a lot of cooked rice. Or the word for coat into a way to describe rain that's soft enough that you don't really need to bring an umbrella or anything, you just need a coat. Javanese is also one of the only languages spoken in this area to distinguish between dental consonants that you make with your tongue against your teeth, ta, 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 and retroflex consonants that you make with your tongue curled back into your palate, da, da, da. One of the other languages that makes that distinction is Madurese, or Pasamatura. Madurese is spoken by a bit more than 10 million people, primarily on the island of Madura, but also in the coastal areas of Java that are near it. And Madurese actually distinguishes between a lot of different consonants, especially for a language family that's not typically known for having a lot of consonants. And finally, there's Sundanese, or Bahasa Sunda. Sundanese, like Javanese, has several different registers. These are different varieties of the language that are used in this case for different levels of formality and politeness. Sundanese's register system is particularly complex, and there's a lot of nuance to what exact vocabulary you use depending on your relationship to the person you're speaking with. Finally, a lot of people across all of Java speak Indonesian, or Bahasa Indonesia, as a second language. It itself is extremely interesting, but I think it'll need an entirely separate video to explain. For now, I hope you found this very brief introduction interesting, and if you speak any of these languages, how did I do? Thanks so much for watching. Let me know if there's anything else you want to talk about, and Wilujang Siang.